Hi everyone, it's Kristen Darcy and it's our 4th year doing the Making Dad Summit, and I'm very excited to be pre-recording our time together with James, and he has an amazing blog called Scantily Dad, and that's Max with him. And so as you know, today's theme is been there, done that. And welcome James and Max, thank you for being with us this week. That's awesome. So we're talking, we talked all week long, the ins and outs and creating your family when male infertility is an issue, and then, parenting after this journey. So I'm so excited that we found each other on Twitter, and I visit your blog and learn about your insights, and it's so helpful because I feel like there's a gap in the community about men talking about this experience for them, and also talking about how you've moved from the beginning, middle, and end. And I'm so grateful that you're here. So why don't you just tell everybody what made you start writing your blog, and a little bit about your story with Olivia and where you're at now.
So why I started the blog came to me when I was in hospital, actually, when the kids were in prematurely born, as if we hadn't been through enough. We'd been through 2 failed and 1 successful of infertility. It was 10 weeks early they were born, and we were in the hospital, and Max had a collapsed lung, and it was really tough time. And it was really push and go for a kind of half a day or so. It was really quite worrying for both Olivia and me. And then I was just in the hospital, and I was just like, I just felt this urge to do something different with my life or help people. I don't know, I just had this kind of little, I don't know how to describe it. And I said, I need to somehow do something that's going to help people. I was kind of holding Max's hand, and he was there on a breathe at us, and just after the operation. So I said, I'm going to start a blog, and I couldn't think of what to write about. And then it kind of came to me a week or so later in the hospital, and it's an issue that I've dealt with on a very serious and deep level, and that people really talk about. Men are usually quite insular and afraid to talk about insecurities or imperfections that they have, and share my story. So it's just all the questions that I had during my time, that or all the lessons that I'd learned during the 2 or 3 years of infertility, I kind of put that together in, I'm actually putting it together into a book as well, to just to help people learn from the mistakes that we've made. And so we've gone from infertility, 2 years of fighting, 2 horrible failed IVF treatments, 1 success, and now beautiful twins. Max, who you can see sitting on my knee here, and Matilda, who's sleeping on the couch behind me. She's here. So we're kind of blessed. It's a story of sadness, then hope, and then in the end, joy with 2 little babies.
It's so profound, and what I have found with people who are that's me. What I have found with people who are have gone through this journey, this life altering, total soul searching, twisty turvy emotional roller coaster, is that when you get to the other side, there really is a sense of, I have to turn around and give the hand up, to somebody else climbing this mountain. So I think I commend you, because especially having the insight, right at that moment, it's like you're having a dark night of the soul, right? You have, you're thinking you get to a place that everything's all okay, and you have this pregnancy, and then you have another crisis. I mean, I think if you haven't walked in those shoes, then you don't know that feeling. And when you find yourself in that situation, who do you turn to? What do you need? Where do you go? And I so appreciate the fact that, you know, you are on Twitter, you are sharing, and you are sharing through your blog. And, you know, kind of being that thought leader for other men who have experienced this, that, you know, that camaraderie, that tribe that we all need. And to piggyback on what you said about kind of sharing what you know now that you wished you knew then, you know, that's what I talk about a lot, like what I know now that I wish I knew then. So when you know, unfortunately, I'm so sorry that you went through so many IVFs. You know, that was my, you know, my personal experience too, with surgeries and procedures. So if I had to ask you that question, you know, what do you know now that you wish you could share with somebody else just starting out, what would that be? And it's so hard to pick one, but, you know, what comes to mind right away that you would say, hey buddy, over a beer, you know?
That's like, that's a big question, because there's so many things that I learned. Like, I actually put together a series on the blog. I'll send you a link for it. It's like what I changed to have successful IVF treatment, and it's like a series of 10 posts, and it's over about, I think it's about 10 or 12,000 words, kind of broken down individually into all the things that I changed. So I've actually got it kind of open in front of me here. I'll just list off the things that I did change, and if you want me to go deeper on any of them, I can.
No, I think just listing would be good. And then, of course, everything, you know, your links will be under the video so people can just click through. But just reading the laundry list would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was, it started off, so when I got the news that I was fertile, 2015, I want to say, no, 14. And the first 2 IVF treatments. The first one, I kind of we kind of both, Olivia and I, took it as a standard operation.
Yeah.
Like, we went in a bit blind and a bit naive and a bit like, okay, it's like getting your wisdom teeth out or getting your appendix out. You go in, you do the operation, and you have kids, and like, it's just, we didn't do enough research. We didn't like, we didn't really go deep enough on the subject to like, you know, to get everything, all our ducks in a row, to make sure that we were doing everything right. So here's the list of what I have. So like, the first thing, which was like a stupid thing I did for a lot of my life for a long time, which is the first thing that the infertility doctor asks you: do you smoke cigarettes? And you're like, if you smoke, give up straight away, I would say. It was the first thing that we both did. The second we found out that I was infertile, we both gave up cigarettes. Which is, it's the first thing that any infertility doctor will ask you. Then the next thing was, like, we were never, like, okay, we drank a lot. We weren't crazy heavy drinkers, but we'd used to like drink quite a lot on the weekends or whatever. And we said, okay, we'll knock alcohol, glass of wine with dinner. We improved our diets, both of us, you know, really plant-based, not really low in processed foods and processed sugars. Exercise, just like, I can go really deep on exercise, because I don't work in it now, but I qualified as a personal trainer a long time ago. So I kind of read a lot into exercises that would help boost testosterone and help get my body mass index down to a good level. So next thing that we changed, and that and the diet helped with weight loss for both of us, to get us as fit as possible before the these are all things that I changed throughout the 2 failed, and eventually for the 3rd treatment I kind of tweaked everything and got it kind of like, well,
I mean,
we changed our clinic.
You're right, and that is exactly what we talked about all week long, and we will talk about over and over again, is that lifestyle changes are so necessary. Especially the first one you said is smoking and drinking. Right then, you know, people, it's you know, it could be sub-infertility or whatever, and you don't know. And what you just said about tweaking it is that, you know, it's kind of like finding that right combination. And so keep going. So those are perfect. That goes right in line with what we've been talking, you know, through every year about.
You just like, okay, the first, I'll do all the things I changed and then kind of go in a little bit deeper about how I learned the lessons, I guess. The next, this is really important, which is finding the right clinic and right fertility doctor. That we went to one clinic initially just thinking it was the closest one to our house. It looked decent, it got good reviews. We went to the clinic and it was just like, it felt like it was a conveyor belt for like an infertility clinic. It was just constantly full. You were never really getting the full attention of either the doctors or the nurses. You know, sometimes it was standing room only in the waiting for quite a while. So it was like, they were obviously really busy because they were doing a good job, but they lacked that personal touch. And
Right.
we went to that same clinic. Our IVF or ICSI treatment failed. We tried a second time and they didn't change anything. They kept all the hormones and drugs the same. There was just nothing changed. It was just like, let's just repeat the same method again. So did you have a conversation
after the cycle? Did you have a consult afterwards to say what?
We did. I don't think we actually went to a consultation directly. I think we were too devastated to actually go and talk to anybody in the fertility clinic at the time. But we had a consultation before we started the next post-consultation, but it wasn't done immediately after. It was done with the initiation of the second try.
So that's a good thing to talk about, and that's a great tip to talk about because, you know, after care of a cycle, after care of a cycle is so important for both the male and the female. And a lot of people, you know, we're so focused on, you know, before care and then during care and then especially during the 2-week wait care. What are you going to do then? And then afterwards, you know, that's why a fertility game plan should cover, you know, have a, and the analogy I use is in the work world, right? You have an exit interview kind of, and that's what you need to do at your own pace and time, but really having an open conversation with the doc, like, what do we do? What can we do differently? And, you know, so I thank you for bringing that up because we haven't talked about that either. So you had a consult before the next one.
Yeah. Incorporated the post-consultation with the pre-consultation for the next treatment, I guess. But it was just like, okay, you know, the doctor that we saw for the pre-consultation for the second, she was really nice, but the doctor kept changing in this clinic as well, which made it quite difficult to, you know, because it's quite a personal. You want to build a rapport with the fertility doctor as close as possible, and if the doctor keeps changing, you're kind of, it feels like there's something missing. But anyway, the doctor before the pre-consultation for the second, she was the nicest one that we'd met through our journey. The 4 or 5 doctors that we'd met, fertility doctors that we'd met on the first IVF try, and she was like, you know, like statistically, it's whatever. Like the statistics vary, I guess, 20-25% success rate. Latent data is a bit lower. It depends on who you talk to. That statistic always changes as far as I can see. Okay, Max. He likes the story. So yeah, she was like, you know, statistically, it's more than likely going to be one times that it's going to work. So just keep going, and we'll go with the same method again. So we used the same hormones again. I can't remember what they were called. For Olivia, but they overstimulated her and created way too many eggs. Way too many eggs. She had 25 eggs, I think. And did she have to stop? Was slow.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the quality was quality was low, but the quantity was high both times. The same thing happened the second time. So yeah, I would say that like if it doesn't work the first time, and the doctor's going to go exactly the same again, I'd take a look or get a second opinion.
Right.
Because the first time, you know, there might be something wrong. Like we found out the third time, so we went through a full then like DNA test, and then they checked full like a different blood screening that we did the third time, and the doctor found a thyroid issue with Olivia called Hashimoto's thyroiditis.
Yes.
Which so the thyroid autoimmune system deficiency, that, you know, it's not a serious subject or serious illness or anything, but it can affect the chances of, or affect the quality of your eggs, I think. So, but that was discovered the third time, but they didn't even look into that in the other two clinics. You know, they just, she said way too strong, or the hormone infertility hormones are way too strong. So the third clinic, what they did was they gave us, what did they do? They did the long protocol.
Yeah.
So the nasal, taking the hormones that way and not the injections. And that, yeah, it wasn't as aggressive, I guess, and the eggs were much higher quality the third time. So, you know, this all kind of goes hand in hand with making sure you're really comfortable with the clinic. You know, your gut instinct is, both of us had a bad gut instinct from the fertility clinic, but we kind of just kept plowing ahead.
Right.
And
Right.
But we felt there was something in your gut is usually right, and it's kind of protecting you in some way, I guess.
Right.
We didn't.
So what would you have
that
done differently if you had listened to your gut? So like here you are, you're having these cycles.
I would have gone to other clinics. I would have gone to probably more clinics and did all like full health screenings, as many tests as possible, and just because you know there's just some in the like human body that can affect infertility, and some doctors are of different, like some are old school in their, you know, methodology, and they have a set way that they're might be more modern, or some might do a more in-depth check, or they might not use a different drug, or so I'd like anything, get a second or third opinion would be that would be one thing that I would have definitely done after the first try. But like hindsight looking back, it changed anything because of like all these, it was just like valuable life lessons that I learned each time that have just, I'm actually a better person like after going through IVF treatment, I think, and coming out successfully at the other side in so many ways. Because I gave up smoking cigarettes. I like started drinking like a hell of a. I eat much better still. It's just another thing we both started doing was meditation.
Wow.
Meditation while we were going through treatment.
Great.
Because it just helped us alleviate the stress and deal with the stress, and that's just something that we still do to this day. Morning, I'll get up for 10 or 15 minutes and meditate, and it's just one of these lessons that I've learned from the less valuable lessons in your life through the hardest times.
Right. Right.
And so that goes actually probably next.
You bring up meditation, because there's so much, in my experience, there's so much resistance from men to do that, and I so appreciate you bringing that up, because it is only 10 or 15 minutes a day. And if you're listening to this and you're like, man, I'm not going to meditate, but I think what you're bringing up is really cultivating those healthy lifestyle changes, or lifestyle, habits, routine, because once you do them, they'll stick, right? Because that's what happened. You became a healthier father because you are a healthier father, and your wife's a healthier mom because of these lifestyle choices, and that is just profound, because it has that ripple effect out to your twins. How you model for your kids, right?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. That was one of the meditation I really talk about. I've tried to bring it up with a few guy friends, and they're like, "What, you meditate? That's weird, isn't it?" Also something I've learned, and since I've started the blog, is I don't really care what anyone thinks anymore, except like most important people to me. So I care what Max and Matilda think. I care what Olivia thinks. My parents, to an extent, maybe my brother, like a couple of friends, but really, if anyone doesn't like that I meditate or that I write about IVF, because I've heard through friends behind my back, like, it's a bit strange that he's writing about that so openly in public. Well, I don't care really. If you can say what you want, if I'm helping people, and it's sharing my experience with other people, and other people, like, I think if one person learns from what I went through, but then I'm happy kind of do this. And I already have got like messages from close friends that me on Facebook and said, well, I can't believe you're actually talking about this. I'm going through the same thing. Please don't tell anybody.
Yes.
A lot of close friends maybe wouldn't really, and especially in like men in general we're quite closed off creatures, I guess, emotionally. I'm guilty of it myself. Like I'm coming out like openly about this, but I was quite bad for, you know, as most men do, hiding their emotions and, you know, being the macho man or whatever. But in Ireland, it's even more accentuated. Like Irish guys even talk less about their feelings than most guys in the rest of the world for whatever reason. We're kind of taught from a young age that, you know, you bottle up your feelings, you kind of be strong, you kind of. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, here comes my friend Sarah. Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem. Hi, Sarah.
Got some noise going on, Sarah. I muted her. But thank you for bringing that up too, about, you know, bottling up and not talking about it. And what you said about, you know, having to be out there and shining your light, or choosing to be out there and shining your light about this situation is so powerful, because every time I would go to speak, I would be like, one person, if I change one person's life or help one person, then all of this is worth it. And what you just said is so important when you begin to write your book or get your book out there, because you are talking to that one person that it's going to land on and change your life. And the meditation stuff, you know, maybe not today, someone will start meditating, but who knows, maybe they'll be in the middle of a crisis and say, hey, I remember that guy saying he started meditating, and, you know, I'm going to do that too. So it might not be an immediate, you know, reaction or return, but I'm so grateful that you just said that. And especially because, right, you grew up in Ireland, right? But now you're in Berlin. And Germany, I don't know if I pardon? You're in Berlin now? Did I lose you?
Hold on. Yeah. Sorry, what did you say? Did you have?
I said you grew up in Ireland, but now you're living in Berlin, and you know, you said the Irish men are a little closed, you know, more closed off, but you're also in a place that's probably not sharing very much feelings there either, right?
True, actually. Although Berlin is a bit different than the rest of Germany. It's quite open culture here. It's very liberal and kind of Berlin's a quite open city compared to the rest of Germany, even the rest of Europe. I would say probably Berlin itself is probably the most like city in Europe, I would say. It's just very multicultural, very kind of artistic, and there's lots of creative types, and we've got Maxi here as well, so he's very open as well. But
awesome.
It's you okay, Max?
Okay.
Have you got hiccups? Okay, wait. Look at that. Okay, maybe that'll keep you occupied.
So James, you know, I go ahead.
What was I talking about? The meditation.
You were talking about lifestyle changes, and your meditation was the most helpful too, and you're still doing that.
Yeah, meditation and like exercise. I'd always exercise. I took up running quite a lot, eating well, and then like, you know, there was a lot of supplements that I found that I still take to this day, like that, like, you know, like zinc tablets and stuff like that, which I found helped me with my like energy levels, and my immune system is a lot stronger. So I've started taking them, and apparently it helps increase the quality of sperm as well. So that was something that I started taking when I was going through infertility, and I still take it to this day. But I noticed that I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but I think all the changes together have, you know, made my life a little bit better from all the hard things that we went through. And then the other thing was, the last thing was like working on, like, the first 2 times we didn't work. You know what, I'm going to put him in with his mum for a sec.
Okay.
He's I think. Give me 1 sec, hold on. Thanks. You're going to put you in one now.
Hi, honey. Sarah? Oop. Sarah? Can you hear? Can you talk?
Okay, I'm back, but now I've got Matilda with me instead because she's the peaceful one.
Hi, Matilda. Hi, welcome. Hello, welcome. Oh my gosh, I want to take them. I'm sorry. I just want to grab them and kiss them all over. Well, we're so happy you're here.
Yeah. Hi, say hi.
Oh my gosh, she's
Max is a little bit wild. She's super chilled out. It's like they're polar opposites.
She's like, hey, I just woke up and now where am I? What am I doing?
She wakes up with a smile on her face all the time, which is so cute. Like,
hi.
Even if you haven't slept, you're like, you know. Hi.
Well, James, I'm so grateful that you took the time to introduce us to Matilda and Max and share your story. And I want you to tell people how they can reach out to you. So, go
sorry,
ahead.
I lost you there again at the end.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted you. No, can you just tell us how to get a hold of you?
How to get a hold of me? Yeah. So my website is scantlydad.com. You can get me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, all on the. Yeah, happy to reach out. Like I'll answer every message and email like personally. So if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. As I said, if I can help one person, I already have helped a few people and a few close friends, so it feels good to positively impact people. Yeah, so get in touch if you have any questions. Glad to help. Thanks for having me on. It was great. It's not the last time we'll be talking.
Oh, no, it's not. I would love for you to follow this up and write a blog about how you started meditation. And we could post that also to encourage that as, you know, one of the positive lifestyle changes. So thank you so much.
What did you say? How I started meditation, did you say?
Just, you know, we could keep the conversation going about men and meditation. I think that's important.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait 1 minute. I'm going to get Sarah and see if we can have Sarah come in. Hi, Sarah. Hello. Oh. That didn't work. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, James, for joining us. And thank you, Matilda. And thank you, Max. It was a pleasure speaking.
Yeah, and one last thing. If anyone is going through IVF or ICSI treatment, whatever, like, don't give up, because we could have easily given up, like, after our second try because of the stress and the pain and the heartache of the 2 failed tries. But then we wouldn't have these 2 little miracles. So, yeah, I would say just keep fighting and don't give up.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye, everybody.